I want to talk about navigating through life. Why? It's something that we all struggle with. All of us have somewhere we want to be. All of us has someone we want to be. But sometimes that thing or that person is way too far away. And we're so fixated on that thing that's so far away that we don't move from where we're at. Let's first think about a GPS. Let's think about that navigation system that you have on your phones or that you have in your car. You need two locations. You need to know where you're at, and then you need to know where you're going. Those are important. However, if you only knew where you were at and where you were going, then you wouldn't have the incremental directions it took to get there, which means you would still be somewhat lost. You know where you gotta go, but it will become overwhelming because you need the step-by-step directions to get there. And the GPS does an amazing job of giving us a template of how to navigate through life, through how it gives us direction. It said, hey, please first understand where you're at. Be honest about where you're at. You have to put in an accurate address. You need that because if your address is not accurate, I cannot give you accurate directions to where you're trying to go. Then you have to know where you're trying to go. That's important because I need to be able to measure the distance. And then after that, what it does is it gives you either the fastest or the best route to get to your destination. You even have the luxury of choosing. And you choose probably the fastest, right? Of course we do. But then what it does is it gives you incremental directions to get there. It tells you the left turn, the right turn, the streets, the highways in order to be able to reach your destination. That's important. Now think about your life. Have you taken the time to think about the step-by-step process it will take to get to that version of you or that thing that you want to accomplish? You want to become super fit? Are you going to the gym daily and you're eating healthy every day? Are you doing the incremental steps every day? Are you showing up? Or are you expecting to wake up and just be Mrs. or Mr. Olympia? You say you want to be a millionaire. Are you doing the things that it takes daily in order to be a millionaire? Probably not, because it requires you to what? Manage your expenses, have a lot of discipline. It's a step-by-step process that you have to do every day. You can't just go on these spending sprees. You can't go on, all of these trips. You have to start to refrain. It becomes a process that you have to do every day in order to get there. See, that's the part that we don't like. That's the ugly part. We don't like the in-between. We don't like the step-by-step. We don't like the direction. We like to be fixated on the goal. And we also don't like to be realistic about where we're at. That's hard. Because sometimes where we're at is not exactly what we would like the world to know or even accept for ourselves. We have to be real. And then once you're real and you have a real destination, then you have to take this time to make the steps to get to there. And you have to do the work. And that's a day-to-day process. But here's another thing. We can't get so fixated on achieving a goal that we forget that we live right here in the now. I want to be this person, and I want to be it so bad that I want it to happen today. And when I don't see it happening as fast as I want it to, because remember, that GPS, we picked the fastest route. Now I'm saying, I don't want to do this. The world is against me. There's something wrong. Nobody could do this. Or whatever that negative self-talk that you have going on. You have to be aware of that. You also can't get so fixated that you miss out on things that's important. That's going to happen. Let's say, let me give you an example. You want to provide for your family. So you're working hard every day to provide for your family. You say, you know what? I want to make sure that I work for my last name. I want to make sure that my kids have the life that I never had. I want to make sure that they have everything by the time I go. But then you miss being there for your kids. You work so hard that you miss the day-to-day. Because what you forgot is that it's incremental steps. You were so fixated on the destination that you just did whatever it took to get there that you forgot there's a day-to-day life that you have to live. And you have to balance it. You have to go left, you have to go right, you have to get on the highway. That's how life works. Don't get so fixated on the goal that you forget about the journey to get there. That's the most important part. The lefts and the right turns. That's how you miss all the important things. That's how you overlook and overstep things that you may need to see in the process to get where you need to get to. Your goal is going to be there. But don't miss out on living today. Take one day at a time, put one foot in front of the other, and do a little bit each day to get there. Show up, be present. But don't forget that you're alive here today. Your goal, you're going to reach it. Because if you actually put one foot in front of the other every day, at some point you're going to get to that goal. And it's going to happen faster than you think because you wasn't thinking about it. You ever notice that when you focus on the clock, it goes slower? But when you stop paying attention, all of a sudden, time just seems to fly. That's why they say it seems like time goes by when you're having fun. Or when you're completely engrossed in something because you're just doing the day-to-day.